Oh. More techie difficulties. Here we go.
No, it's the day.
Start again. Okay, I hope everybody can see that. So I just want to walk you through a little bit of what you can expect on this fantastic trip in September. So obviously, as you know, you're going with the Classy Lassies, no better women to travel with. And the dates at this point are set for 27th through October 1st. So we'll start off with your arriving day, where you as a group will be picked up from SFO by your chauffeur driver. So you'll be picked up in a private transportation, and they're going to bring you straight up to Napa County in California to get your trip to wine country started. You'll drive through the city, but it'll be straight on up to the wine country, get you guys settled, and get the trip going. As you move from SFO up to the wine country, you'll be traveling through San Francisco. You'll travel across the iconic Golden Gate Bridge. Definitely an opportunity for a photo stop along the way if people want to do that. And it's a lovely journey. Very familiar with it. It's one of those. It's very scenic. You'll enjoy every second, and it's quite a short little drive. I want to say maybe an hour and a half, depending on traffic conditions. Very enjoyable.
Lovely.
Your accommodation in Napa is going to be the beautiful 4-star boutique hotel, the River Terrace Inn, which is in downtown Napa. So it's very close. It's within walking distance of the town centre, restaurants, bars, and so on. So it's in a really nice location. It's a lovely, extremely comfortable, very well fitted out 4-star property. I've stayed there personally. It's very, very, very comfortable with everything you could possibly need for your stay. They also have a small pool, so if somebody wants to relax and have a dip and so on, you've got those facilities on your doorstep as well.
I love the fact that we can get out in the evening and just walk around Napa.
Absolutely, absolutely, and there's a lot to be said for that. This was just to give you a little taster of the kind of the beautiful scenery that you can look forward to. You'll be arriving up there in the evening, so hopefully you'll make it up there in time for sunset. Photo stops along the way, and just enjoy the beautiful countryside that is the Napa County. So day 2 is where you'll really start to explore. So today we're going to focus on, the second day, we're going to focus on some Sonoma-based wineries. The town of Sonoma is not very far from Napa. The two counties are, they border each other. There's a little bit of competition, Napa versus Sonoma, but at the end of the day, they're just across the board. It's the same countryside and just great wineries everywhere you look. So I've selected a couple of really special places, places that I visited myself, that I enjoyed, places that offer beautiful tours. And there's a nice selection of a variety of types of wineries. You're going to go to the beautiful, glitzy, opulent wineries. You're going to go to the family style, little family run wineries. You're going to go to the traditional historic wineries, the historic caves. So it'll really give you a sample of the different types of vineyards that you can go to. I figured to start with the Domaine Canaris would be a fantastic start to the trip. They're really famous for their sparkling wines, so it's a lovely way to start the day. And it's just photo heaven. You'll just, the views and the scenery and the architecture at that winery it's absolutely breathtaking. No expense spared, and it's really, really special. From there onto the Italian-style Jacuzzi vineyards, which is a smaller vineyard. It's family-run, but it's definitely very, very established. They have an amazing Pinot Noir that they're really famous for, but all their wines are spectacular, and you'll enjoy wine tasting there as well. At that point, you guys will probably be ready for some lunch. So we'll bring you into the town of Sonoma. Sonoma is a beautiful little town, very historic. You literally have a mission, an original mission on the town plaza. So if you're so inclined, you can go in and you could visit that. but you will have some free time to explore, break up into, into groups, go for lunch. There's loads of restaurants there that are really spectacular. And also there's lots of little delis. If you just want to get a, kind of a traditional sandwich, maybe a small salad and so on, you can grab a light lunch there too. Shopping in Sonoma Town is absolutely fantastic. You've got all these really quirky little boutiques and kitchen shops. The original Williams Sonoma is situated on the plaza.
Wow.
It's a gorgeous shop to go into. So you'll have plenty of opportunity to explore there. From there, then your chauffeur will take you for further driving through the wine country, get to see a little bit more scenery, and up to the beautiful Buena Vista. Buena Vista Winery has the most amazing caves that I've ever seen. They're just breathtaking. And if it's a hot day in wine country, spending a half an hour, 45 minutes down in a nice cool wine cave is definitely where you want to be. And you'll have wine tasting there. They have an absolutely spectacular lounge where you can go in. It's very 1920s, lots of mirrors, lots of just opulence, but in a really sort of quirky, almost a kind of a Gothic kind of style. It's definitely, it's a fun place to go. And I think you guys will really enjoy it. So that'll be your final wine tasting of the day. And then you'll head back to your hotel in Napa just to relax and unwind. And then on your own to explore the town for the evening. I grabbed a few shots here just to give you an idea of the kind of wineries that you'll be seeing. That's Domaine Carneros. You can see it's very opulent. This is Jacuzzi Family Vineyards, a little bit more low-key, still pretty spectacular. But it's definitely a little bit more, just a little bit more chilled. And then you've got the beautiful caves at Buena Vista, and they're just spectacular to wander around. I think you'll really, really enjoy that. So then we've got day 3. Day 3 is going to be a hands-on kind of a day. You're going to have a private cooking class. So you'll have your own culinary adventure at a local cookery school. You'll have a private chef teaching your group independently, and hopefully you'll all come away with some good recipes that you can bring home, things that you can recreate to remind you of your trip. Lots of fun, a little bit of wine along the way, because after all it is wine country, but it'd be nice to enjoy that and enjoy the fruits of your labor before you head on for another wine experience at the beautiful Sterling Vineyards. Which you arrive and you can actually access the tasting rooms by cable car, which is really spectacular. Cameras at the ready. The views as you go up to the tasting rooms are just mind-blowing. This part of the country is so stunning, and yeah, you guys are really going to enjoy that, especially at that time of year when the vines are still full and harvest is ongoing. You're going to see a lot of activity in the vineyards. It's a really exciting time to be there and to be part of it. So you can see the top of the mountain. So then I figured that evening back to Napa, maybe a couple of hours for people to relax and freshen up. You could go for a swim, you can relax in your room, go for a little wander maybe. One of the places that I forgot to add to the presentation, but if you've ever heard of the famous Oxbow Market in Napa, it's a really cool place to walk around. It has the most amazing food stores, just different little pop-ups and little stands, but every one of them selling some kind of gourmet delicacy. So you'll have there's a stand that does the most amazing lobster rolls. There's numerous stands selling cheese. You guys are going to eat very, very well on this trip. In Napa that evening, I would recommend a wine tasting, and it's part of your tour, a wine tasting at the really fun Jam Cellars. Jam are a very hip kind of one of the newer wineries, but they've really made a name for themselves. They've tapped into the music market, and they offer live music in their tasting room every evening. So as the evening winds down, that place tends to amp up in activity, and it's really, really fun, and the wine is really good.
Sorry, Michaela, can I ask a quick question? Is the Jam Cellars, are they the same winery that do the butter Chardonnay or no?
Yeah, that's them. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we went to Bottle Rock a few years ago in Napa, and I think I came home with 3 butter beach balls for my children. They were throwing them out into the audience and doing all sorts of things. They had a big truck at Bottle Rock at the festival where they were, you know, serving the wine. And if anyone's ever heard of Bottle Rock, it's very different to your usual kind of festival. It's all about the food and the drink at Bottle Rock. Tom Petty was only an afterthought, but it was very spectacular. So yeah, that's Jam. Great place, great venue, great vibe, and a lovely way just to wrap up your day. So that's just another glimpse of scenery, just to show off the kind of gorgeous scenes that you can expect to see there. It is really the most fabulous part of California.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh yes, you're there. So day 4 then, something a little bit different, give you a chance to see a little bit more of the countryside. I'm going to recommend that you start the day with a trip to Armstrong Woods, which is an absolutely stunning redwood forest. It's just north of Healdsburg, north of Santa Rosa. So you'll drive across from Napa, you'll be heading west almost towards the ocean. And as you get into Armstrong Woods, you know, the air changes, you can smell the saltiness coming off the Pacific. And it is absolutely stunning. The trees are huge, they're majestic. It's a lovely place to walk, clear the head maybe after the night before, get some fresh air, and take tons and tons of photographs. It is really beautiful. So that'll be the healthy activity for the day covered all there. From there, then you will head on to Corbel, with a little stop in downtown Guerneville, which is one of the quirky little Northern California towns with very much its own personality. Great fun. And then into Corbel. Corbel are the producers of the Californian champagne. And they have an amazing facility there. It's a very, very historic building, and they do a spectacular tour, which you will be enjoying on this trip. Followed by, of course, some champagne tasting. And I love all their champagnes. They're all gorgeous. And they give you, you know, you get to try a good, I think, 6 or maybe even 8 of them. They're very generous with the pourings, and it's really good fun. From there, you will go to one of my favorite spots in the whole of Sonoma County. It's the world famous Francis Ford Coppola Winery, where you will have a wine tasting arranged for you. Coppola's is a very special venue. It's absolutely stunning. It's breathtaking. Francis is very involved in the day-to-day running of his wine empire, and this would be one of his key locations. There's a fantastic museum on site, which has to be seen to be believed. And the museum consists of movie memorabilia from all of his famous movies, and also from his daughter Sophia's productions. There's something from every movie that the family have been involved in. My personal favorite is the Godfather desk, where they have the desk from the original movie. You can go, you can take your pictures, you just can't actually touch it, but you can certainly if you maneuver yourself in the right way, you can get a very good photograph there. They also have a selection of his Oscars and his Golden Globe Awards are all arranged there. So you can go and you can actually see those. You can see the cards with the Oscar winning name written on it and so on. It's very, very cool. If you're a movie buff or you know somebody who is, it's a great place to go, and the souvenir shop is fantastic. I love the gift shop there. So that'll be your days exploring the Western Sonoma County. Just to give you a few shots of how that's going to look. That's one of the most famous trees there. We're only able to capture a snippet. There's no way you could picture the whole thing in one frame, but it is really cool, and you kind of have to stand in front of it to really get an understanding of the size, because this thing is huge.
Yeah.
This is Corbel. It's it's a very traditional winery. They haven't changed the building in any way from when it was built 100 odd years ago, and it's a really fantastic tour. Great place to wander around. And then this is just a glimpse of Coppola's. This area here with the pointed roof houses the museum section. Over on the right-hand side, you can just make out the little cabines of the swimming pool, which is a fabulous place to while away a day. And here's a shot of the museum. You can see the Godfather desk here at the window. You go up the stairs, you can stand up there, take your picture. You've got all the memorabilia around it. And Dervla, I forget the name of the movie that the car is from. I know we were.
Oh, was it
A Man in His Dream, or A Dream?
or The Car in His Dream, or Take
Something
That
like
on His Dream, or something like that? Maker and His Dream. I'll Google it right now. And you were saying earlier that we might even have dinner at the winery.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to make those reservations for you. So Rustic is the restaurant on site at the Coppola Winery, and very traditional Italian cooking, but some spectacular steaks. Their salads are amazing, and then they have a couple of pasta dishes, which apparently the recipes came from Francis's mother, and they are just off the charts, really, really good. So I would strongly recommend that, and I'm very happy to set up those reservations for you guys.
So I just did a quick Google, and it's That Man and His Dream was the name of that movie, if anybody has ever seen it. I can't say that I have.
I have not seen that one. Definitely a lot of the memorabilia, you'd recognize it straight away. There's stuff from Dracula there and Apocalypse Now and so on, but that one I wasn't too familiar with. But the car is very impressive.
Yeah, looks it.
And then you'll go back to Napa that evening. Your chauffeur will escort you all back to Napa, where you can relax and unwind in whatever way you decide. A couple of glasses of wine just to wrap up your trip, whatever you feel, whatever you like to do that evening. And then on day 5, your chauffeur will pick you up in the morning from your hotel after breakfast, which is included on every morning. And he will escort you back to SFO to catch your flight home until the next time, because you will want to come back. It is an amazing place. You could spend weeks there, and this is just a taster, but I think you'll get to see an awful lot. You'll get to cover a lot of ground. So you'll go away having a very good taste of what wine country is all about, and then you'll know what you want to explore a little bit further the next time you go.
Sounds great.
And there's our 2 favorite Classy Lassies, contact information, and you know who to talk to. They're the women to help you. And Emer and Dervla and I have worked closely together on many trips now, and it's been an absolute pleasure always to work with them. And I'm delighted to be able to assist on this one.
Likewise, Michaela, we love working with you, as you know. So the cost for the trip is, for everything that you've seen on Michaela's presentation, is $2,400. There is a $600 single supplement if you choose to travel without a roommate. In saying that, we are reserving spots right now, but with the country the way it is, we are not taking deposits as yet. But please, if you think you might want to come with us, let us know so we can reserve your spot, because we only have 8 spots. So any questions come in, Emer?
No questions yet. I just wanted to clarify, though, we require 8 spots. We need 8 spots to make the trip happen. But are we limited to 8 spots? If we do get a few more, can we add on, Michaela?
We can absolutely add on. Yes, we can. 8 is, the perfect number for the trip. But yes, we can add on if there is the demand there. I'm delighted to do that. So just let me know and we'll work on the details.
Awesome. Has anybody got any questions or comments? I mean, it sounds amazing. I love the idea of us doing dinner at the rustic restaurant at Coppola. That would be a real treat, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, well, we will have the recording and we will post it on our Facebook page and send it out to anybody who wants it. So if you want to share with any of your family or friends, just let us know.
Yeah. Was there anything at all that you saw? Cindy, I see you talking, but I don't know if you're talking to us or you're muted. There you go.
Hey, I got unmuted. I actually was going to ask for the cooking classes. Is that at CIA? Because I've always wanted to go there.
Oh, it's not at CIA. They're a little up in the air at the moment as to how their program is going to look for the fall, just with regards to the fact that it is a working campus. So they do have students and so on. So they're trying to reconcile all of that at the moment. You will definitely be driving past CIA, and we can definitely look and see if there's any opportunity to swing by. And it's for those of you who aren't familiar with the Culinary Institute in Napa, the building is absolutely spectacular. It is one of the most stunning campuses I've ever seen in my life. So you'll definitely be passing it, and it's very very imposing. You see it straight away from the roadside, so you could definitely get a few shots there for sure. But with regards to taking classes, they're trying to look after their students. So no, not at this one.
I've always wanted to go there. I even have the San Francisco Bridge in the background. Do you guys see that?
I see that.
I love it. I noticed that as soon as you came on. That's so cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course.
So any questions, comments, or thoughts? It does look like a lovely trip. I mean, we're, as Dervla said, we're really just keeping our fingers crossed that we're going to be able to go.
I think the trees look pretty amazing. How far is that from Napa? Is that like a couple of hours, or how far?
No, not at all. It'll probably take you maybe an hour 15, an hour 20 minutes to get there from Napa. And that'll be, once you get there, that'll be the kind of the main drive. Everything that you're going to do then is actually quite close in that little region. So it'll be a little drive in the morning, but then you'll arrive there and you'll have plenty of time in the forest. And it's beautifully laid out. It's a very easy little hike. You know, you can, and the nice thing is if it is a particularly warm day, because we can get some gorgeous weather in wine country in the fall. So late September can tend to, you know, some days can be quite hot. So if it is a warmer day, when you go into the forest like that, you'll feel the temperature will instantly drop about 15 or 20 degrees. And it's so refreshing. We would go there a lot just to get out of the heat and have some kind of, you know, kind of relaxing fresh air time. So it's a good spot for that before you hit up the Champagne Winery.
Thirsty work. Okay, well, if there's no questions or comments or anything, you know where we are. Please spread the word. We really want to go, and we'd love to have a lovely, you know, group with us. It's going to be fun. It's going to be beautiful. I've been to the Coppola winery years ago, and it was such a great experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Hopefully we'll all get to go and enjoy everything that we talked about today.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Michaela, for coming on, and thank you everybody for coming on too. If you have any questions, let us know. And as I said, we're just watching the situation really closely. And you know, as Michaela had mentioned, if there's a couple of the activities, if for any reason they're not available, of course we'll slot something else that's equally as fantastic in its place.
So Kathy just had a question there about air. Do you do your own air? Airfare is not included, but we can help you with that. And if you've Sky Miles, you'd be more than welcome, of course, to use them. But we can absolutely help you with air too.
Yeah, we heard you're flying off to France the next day, Kathy. So that's fantastic.
Yeah. Sorry, Cindy, did I jump on you there?
No, I wanted to tell you somebody was asking about air.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was just looking, I was saying to the girls, I was just looking earlier on, just at just even Southwest and stuff. And I think like it just changes daily, you know, because they haven't loaded all of their flights in yet either. So I think it's really very much a wait and see.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great
Thanks.
rest of the weekend. Enjoy your trips, Susie.
Safe drive,
Nice to
Susie
see you,
and Greg.
Kathy. Nice
Good
to
to
see
see
you, Cindy.
everybody.
Thanks for coming on.
Yay. Michaela, thank you so much. We'll talk to you